Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Jack Rieger Productions. Tonight I'm going to do a preview of the Thursday night game between the Los Angeles Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. And I was just looking at the warm-up, and the Seahawks have this puke green lime throw-up uniforms on from head to toe. And they're so ugly that I love them. I don't know why. There's something that's drawn to me. They're disgusting, yet I don't know why I like them anyways. And the Rams have all white on. Last year they had color rush was like they might have had the Rams would have had puke yellow on, so it would have been like lime green versus yellow. Well, that would have been nice for TV watching. Anyways, this game is the Seahawks, who are 8-4-1 against the Rams, who are 4-9. The Rams fired Jeff Fisher last week. Thank God. Smart move by them because Fisher is the forever 7-9 coach. I think one year he was 7-9. 6-10 and 7-9. So guess what that means? You don't make the playoffs ever at 7-9. You might get lucky one year and get in, squeak by. The Saints did one year, I think. No, the Seattle did actually, and Marshawn Lynch got a touchdown against the Saints, ironically, in the playoffs a few years back. I think it was 2010. He scored the game-winning touchdown. I digress. Getting on to tonight's game. John Fossil is the coach of the Los Angeles Rams tonight, who I think is son of Jim Fossil, who coached years ago for the Giants, and he was an assistant coach with this team right here, the Broncos, in the early 90s with Elway. Hopefully he can bring some of his philosophy that his father had as an offensive coach, because he was a good offensive coach. Because Jared Goff, the rookie quarterback, has really struggled, especially against the Patriots. He was atrocious. I remember that game. He had like 80 yards passing. They have some good receivers too. I'm hoping that they can do a little bit of a better job. Seattle got blown out last week by Green Bay. I think they lost like 36-10. Wilson got banged around. He threw 5 interceptions. Some of them weren't his fault. But anyways, on to tonight's game. I look back, and I'm someone who likes trends. I'm sorry I'm shaking. I'm like, I didn't have my coffee this morning. The Rams have won the last 4 games against the Seahawks. Russell Wilson's lifetime record against the Rams is 4-5. 9 out of the last 10 times this game is decided by 14 points or less. The Rams are getting 14.5 points, rightfully so, because they're an atrocious team. Seattle's going to be angry tonight playing at home. But going on that trend, I'm going to take the Rams. I think it's way too many points. All the Rams have to do is basically score 14. And I don't think the Seahawks will score 28, because offensively all year long they haven't scored 28 very often. They'll score 20, 23, 24. Last time they played them, they lost 9-3 in the Coliseum. I mean, they got 3 points. I mean, come on. It's not like the Rams are a powerhouse. They got 3 points against them. They lost to Tampa Bay 14-5. So it's not like they've gotten tons of points. Last week they got 10. Yes, they're on the road. They had a great showing against Carolina a couple weeks ago. Carolina's been awful too. But I'm just banking on that Kenny Britt and Tavon Austin, who are talented wideouts, that hopefully Goff can get them the ball a couple of times. The Rams defense over the years has confused Russell Wilson, kind of like the Jets do against the Patriots. Just hoping for them to hang in there. I don't expect them to win. It'd be like a miracle if the Rams won this game. They're not going to win. But can they lose by 10? Sure, why not? Can't they lose 24-14? Absolutely. I mean, Doug Baldwin's had a good year, and Jimmy Graham, obviously. Wilson hasn't had that great a season. I just looked at his numbers. 13 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. What is he? Alex Smith? That's terrible for a guy of his caliber. I'm very disappointed. I think last year he threw 35 touchdowns. 13-10. That's awful. Granted, going into last week, he probably had 12-5 and threw 5 picks, so that kind of ruins the stats, but still. Only 13 touchdowns for a guy as good as him? It's disappointing. Even Trevor Siemian, who was a mediocre quarterback for the Broncos, has, I think, 14 touchdown passes, and he's missed 2 games. And I love Russell Wilson. He's one of my absolute favorite quarterbacks in the league. I hope he throws 3 touchdowns tonight, and they win 21-7. There's my pick right there. Seattle 21, Rams 7. Rams show some heart tonight because they play tough against this team all the time. But ultimately, they'll lose. They'll play good for their head coach for the first game. Seattle, just because of those ugly puke uniforms, won't cover. That's all. All right, everybody. Hope you like this impromptu video, and you can laugh at my scruffy beard. I'm trying to grow it in. I'm not sure how it's going to look. We'll see what happens. Maybe next video it'll be even more grown in. Have a good one. Take care.